and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call. Here are Brett.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Today, it's an AFC North matchup. Between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out is the former first-rounder from all the way back in 2004 from Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, it's Samuels. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 50 yards on the ground. They had trouble stopping the run last week in the loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Roethlisberger. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Nice interference.
Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A look now at the lineup defensively for the Ravens. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge for the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points was put on the board.
He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. The tackle made by Austin Calitro.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A first down carry for Smith, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From midfield now on second down, Fitzpatrick. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. On first down, it's Smith. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 16 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
Here's Edwards. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the...
And he'll get in! Touchdown, Baltimore! Gus Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this zone for a touchdown. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points.
Your kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll try and run for it with Connor. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 7-yard line. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Smith trying to run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Ito Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. On third down, it's Connor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They keep it with Smith on first down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Here's Fitzpatrick.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And bulldozing his way through. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald.
Let's go.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Fitzpatrick. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
This is Edwards, and it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Steelers. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And a big turning point here in the second half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Thomas. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Roethlisberger. Able to find Switzer. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10 is counter. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Again, it's Smith. So he got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the back to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw again is Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. Roethlisberger now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, 7 yards there and a first down. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10, and he's working on a string of 8 straight completions. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger on the left side. It's McDonald. And he lost the football. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. He's back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. He will push his way down to about the 14. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. He'll look to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
A run there on 1st down gets them a yard to the 26. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Fitzpatrick. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how... And he's in for the touchdown! And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Well, any thoughts about overtime that ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. They're in the 4th quarter in Denver. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. Phillip Rivers, 2 touchdown passes in the W. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Ravens, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home